Imagine waking up one day, realizing that the life you're living is not truly yours. You're clocking hours, chasing deadlines, and living someone else's dream. But what if I told you there's a choice, a path that could transform your future completely? In 2025, the world is changing faster than ever. Freelancing is booming, businesses are evolving, and the question remains, which path will lead you to freedom, wealth, and purpose? Today, we're diving deep into freelancing versus business, uncovering the secrets no one tells you, and revealing which one could change your life forever. Stay until the end. What you learn here could literally decide your next 5 years. Freelancing has exploded in recent years. Imagine the freedom of working from anywhere, choosing your clients and setting your own schedule. You wake up, sip your coffee, and log in, all without a boss looking over your shoulder. The appeal is undeniable. You control your income, your time, and your career trajectory. But beneath the surface lies a challenge that only a few discuss: unpredictability. Clients come and go, projects can disappear overnight, and income fluctuations can hit hard if you're not prepared. Many believe that freelancing is an easy ticket to freedom, but the reality is that without strategy, you're constantly running on a treadmill that never stops. At the heart of freelancing is skill. The more in demand your skill is, the more opportunities you get, and the higher you can charge. In 2025, skills like AI development, digital marketing, and creative content creation are goldmines. But mastering them requires dedication, time, and relentless learning. Freelancers also face the mental toll of isolation. Working alone, handling every aspect of client communication, and battling self-doubt can be exhausting. The freedom is real, but so is the responsibility. You are your own boss, accountant, and marketer all at once. Yet, despite the challenges, freelancing is a launchpad for millions. It allows you to experiment, diversify your income, and even scale into something bigger later. Many successful entrepreneurs started as freelancers, building both credibility and financial resources. Freelancing teaches lessons about client behavior, negotiation, and the value of time. Lessons that are priceless if you decide to build a business later. But the ultimate question remains: is freelancing enough for long-term growth, or will it always be limited by your personal bandwidth? Business is the other side of the coin, a path often romanticized but rarely understood fully. Unlike freelancing, a business allows you to leverage systems, teams, and scale beyond your individual capacity. You're no longer trading hours for money. You're creating structures that generate income, even when you're asleep. Imagine owning a brand, employing people, and watching revenue grow through strategy rather than constant personal effort. In 2025, starting a business is more accessible than ever. Online tools, AI, and global markets give even small ventures the ability to reach audiences worldwide. But the risks are real. Investment, responsibility, and potential failure are all part of the journey. Running a business is not just about making money. It's about creating impact. You have the chance to solve problems for thousands or even millions of people. The satisfaction of building something bigger than yourself is incomparable, but it requires patience, vision, and relentless execution. Unlike freelancing, where results are immediate, business often rewards delayed gratification. You might pour months of work into a project before seeing tangible results, and the pressure can be immense. Employees depend on you, investors expect returns, and the market shows no mercy for mistakes. However, the rewards of business are exponential. While freelancing scales linearly with your time and skills, a successful business can grow geometrically. Your earning potential, influence, and freedom multiply as your systems work for you. The lessons learned in business, leadership, strategy, and resilience are lifelong assets. Many of the world's wealthiest individuals started small, faced failures, but leveraged their businesses to create empires. The key lies in commitment and risk tolerance. You're not just earning money, you're building a legacy. Let's talk financial predictability. Freelancers often face uncertainty. A client might delay payment, or a project might vanish. You're constantly hustling to fill the gaps. In contrast, a business, when structured well, creates recurring income. Subscriptions, products, and services can generate revenue month after month. This predictability allows for planning, reinvestment, and financial security. But achieving this stability takes careful planning, marketing, and a willingness to face competition head-on. Many aspiring entrepreneurs underestimate the effort needed to turn an idea into a reliable income stream. Freelancing can provide high pay in short bursts, but it's often tied to how many hours you can work. You can only be in one place at a time, and fatigue limits your earning potential. Businesses, however, are scalable. A single product or service can reach hundreds or thousands of customers simultaneously, multiplying revenue without multiplying your personal workload. This is why many freelancers eventually transition into entrepreneurship. They want more control over income and growth potential. The emotional aspect cannot be ignored. Freelancers may feel isolated, stressed, and uncertain about the future. Entrepreneurs feel pressure, yes, but they also experience a unique sense of purpose and excitement as their ideas grow. That adrenaline, the feeling of creating something bigger than yourself, often outweighs the comfort of predictable freelance work. But it requires courage, vision, and the ability to accept failure as part of the process. In 2025, adaptability is the ultimate survival skill for both paths. Flexibility is the obvious advantage of freelancing. You choose your hours, clients, and even your workspace. For many, this freedom is life-changing, especially in a world where work-life balance is increasingly valued. You can travel, explore hobbies, or spend more time with loved ones without sacrificing income. But flexibility comes with responsibility. You are accountable for your productivity, deadlines, and personal development. Without discipline, freedom quickly turns into chaos, missed deadlines, and client dissatisfaction. Businesses, on the other hand, demand structured effort. Entrepreneurs often work long hours initially, making countless decisions that shape the future of their company. Yet, once systems are in place, business offers a different type of flexibility. The freedom to step back while your team or automated systems handle operations. In freelancing, if you stop working, income stops. In business, a well-structured model keeps revenue flowing, even if you take a step back temporarily. The choice between flexibility and long-term leverage is crucial. Freelancers enjoy immediate freedom, but face limits in scaling. Entrepreneurs endure initial strain but gain exponential rewards. Both paths can be deeply satisfying, but your decision must align with personal goals, risk tolerance, and vision for the future. In 2025, understanding this difference could be the single factor that shapes your financial and personal life. Networking is another dimension that separates freelancing and business. Freelancers often rely on client networks, online communities, and referrals. Your reputation, portfolio, and personal branding are critical. One misstep can damage opportunities, but one strong client relationship can open doors to more significant projects. In business, networking operates on a larger scale. Partnerships, investors, and collaborations can exponentially accelerate growth. The right connections can transform a small idea into a global success story. Both paths teach lessons in human psychology and persuasion. Freelancers learn to negotiate, communicate, and adapt to client expectations. Business owners must understand team dynamics, leadership, and market behavior. In both cases, emotional intelligence becomes a superpower. Understanding people, predicting needs, and creating value builds trust and long-term relationships. Without these skills, even the best freelancers or entrepreneurs struggle to thrive. The social aspect of your career also impacts mental health. Freelancers may experience loneliness or burnout due to the isolated nature of their work. Entrepreneurs face stress but also gain camaraderie through teams and shared vision. The support system and sense of belonging in business can provide motivation during tough times, while freelancers often rely solely on personal discipline. Choosing a path without understanding this difference can lead to frustration or stagnation in 2025's competitive landscape. Risk is inevitable in both freelancing and business. Freelancers risk inconsistent income, client disputes, or skill obsolescence. Every project is a gamble. Will the client pay on time? Will the next opportunity appear? In business, risks are higher but rewards are greater. Investment capital, team management, and market competition all add layers of uncertainty. But unlike freelancing, a business allows you to diversify and hedge risks through multiple revenue streams, reducing dependency on a single source of income. Entrepreneurs face the pressure of responsibility not only for themselves, but also for employees, investors, and customers. A wrong decision can impact many lives. Yet this accountability also builds resilience, creativity, and leadership skills that freelancing alone rarely provides. In 2025, those willing to embrace risk intelligently, leveraging data and strategy, will outperform those who avoid it entirely. Risk is not the enemy, stagnation is. Financial and personal growth correlate directly with risk tolerance. Freelancers often remain confined within their comfort zones, limiting income potential. Business owners constantly push boundaries, experiment, and innovate. The stakes are higher, but so are the rewards. The choice is ultimately about courage and vision. Do you want immediate control over small gains, or are you ready to play the long game for exponential growth? Technology in 2025 is reshaping both freelancing and business. AI, automation, and remote platforms allow freelancers to optimize their workflow, reach clients globally, and enhance productivity. A single individual can now accomplish what once required a team. This levels the playing field and opens opportunities previously reserved for agencies. Freelancers with the right tech advantage can out-earn traditional employees and even small businesses. Businesses leverage technology differently. Systems, AI-driven analytics, and automation enable scaling at an unprecedented speed. Companies can operate across continents, track performance in real time, and reach millions of customers efficiently. Entrepreneurs who adapt to technology strategically can dominate markets, while those resistant risk obsolescence. In 2025, understanding how to integrate tech into your workflow or business is no longer optional. It's essential for survival. Tech also impacts lifestyle. Freelancers gain flexibility, but isolation and overdependence on platforms can create vulnerability. Businesses gain leverage and scalability, but managing complex systems demands foresight and adaptability. Both paths require continuous learning, but the rewards go to those who evolve faster than the competition. The future favors the adaptable, whether as a freelancer or an entrepreneur. Time is the most valuable asset. Freelancers trade time for money. Every hour counts, every project demands personal attention. While this model works, it inherently limits earning potential. The question becomes, how much time are you willing to sell? And is there a point where scaling stops? Freelancers can eventually increase rates, but there's always a ceiling based on your personal capacity. Business flips this model. Time is leveraged through systems, teams, and processes. Your personal involvement can decrease while revenue grows. A business allows you to free up time to innovate, strategize, or even enjoy life without sacrificing income. In 2025, mastering the art of leveraging time is the ultimate game changer. Entrepreneurs who can delegate effectively and optimize processes create wealth far beyond what freelancing alone can provide. Ultimately, time management determines freedom. Freelancers may enjoy short-term liberty but risk long-term burnout. Entrepreneurs endure initial intensity for long-term freedom. Both paths require discipline, but the scale and impact of that discipline differ. Choosing wisely will determine not only your financial future, but also your personal satisfaction and legacy. Mindset separates winners from those who stagnate. Freelancers must embrace independence, resilience, and self-discipline. Every failure is personal, every success entirely earned. Business owners need a growth mindset, leadership qualities, and a vision that extends beyond themselves. They must manage teams, finances, and operations under pressure. In 2025, mindset is the secret weapon, the skill that multiplies both income and influence faster than any strategy. Freelancers often operate in comfort zones, building skills that sustain them but rarely push boundaries. Entrepreneurs confront discomfort constantly, making high-stakes decisions that shape the future. Both paths teach resilience, but business magnifies the stakes and the lessons. Your willingness to adapt, learn, and persist determines whether you remain small or become unstoppable. The ultimate truth is this: freelancing can give you freedom, skill, and temporary wealth. Business can give you leverage, legacy, and exponential growth. The choice depends on your risk appetite, long-term vision, and desire to impact the world. In 2025, this choice is more critical than ever. The right path could define your next decade. So, which is best? Freelancing or business? There's no one-size-fits-all answer. Freelancing may be perfect for those seeking independence, flexibility, and skill mastery. Business suits those craving scale, legacy, and exponential growth. But the truth is, many successful people start with freelancing and transition into business, building credibility, capital, and confidence before scaling. The key is strategy, consistency, and the willingness to evolve. Look into your future and ask yourself, do I want short-term gains with high flexibility, or am I ready to endure challenges for long-term freedom and wealth? In 2025, knowledge, adaptability, and courage are your allies. Both paths are valid, but understanding their nuances and preparing strategically is the difference between surviving and thriving. Your next move could transform your life. If this video inspired you, don't just watch, take action. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join us on this journey of discovering the best path for 2025. Your future depends on the choices you make today. And I promise the right mindset and strategy can change everything. Comment below which path resonates with you more, freelancing or business, and let's explore the future together. Remember, the first step is always the hardest, but it's the one that defines your destiny.